Hi guys, welcome back to our stream. Right, it's the first time I'm doing also the hosting it as well. Right, so I'm gonna be talking a little bit more. My name is Diana, and as you may know, I used to cast a lot, and I'm here with Zeb. Well, on the other side, right? Boom.
It's always a
with
50-50. It's one or the other, isn't it?
with who I'm gonna cast for the first time, And to be honest, I actually watched him in the first day, and I was like, "Damn, he's so good!" So I need to live up to your expectation with me as well. But I'm so happy to, finally have a chance to cast with you. So how is your day?
Oh, it's been going absolutely fantastic, Diana. Yeah, I mean, look, it's only the second time I've had the opportunity to work COD Mobile. Special thank you as well to Infinity for bringing me on board the team this season to be able to have the opportunity to cast with the likes of yourselves and the other talent and to get to work finally in the COD Mobile space. I really enjoyed day one. It's been so much fun to get finally delving into this title. And I think it's only going to get better. We have two terrific teams that are going to be dueling it out today, should we say. Russia versus Iran being the first game, second game after that being Nigeria versus Poland. So plenty of action to be bringing you guys today at home, and really looking forward to getting to do this with yourself as well, Diana. So, I mean, if we have a graphic there to show maybe the team names of Russia and Iran, if we can get a little bit of look at their squads. I mean, if not, that's okay too. But I have to say, I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys in action. I think it's going to be a great day of COD.
Oh yeah, definitely, and I'm looking forward to you see some of the names that casting. Uh, I've been casting before, right? As you guys can see on the screen, we have the name of the players right now from the Russian team. We have Warlock, Six Fly, Rouge, Caesar, Rob for the team, right? So most of them I know besides Rouge, right? I did not see him before, but when I used to cast, they were like names that would always make the games more fun, more nicer, and more like there, because I think Warlock was one of like the players that were always like a slayer. Also, if I remember, 6-5 was very good as well. And Rob, I've seen him recently, so he did good. Oh, and Caesar as well. So it's gonna be a blast to see them here. Do you recognize any of the names, or did you had a
Yeah,
chance to?
I'm afraid I don't even recognize a single one, which is an absolute sin. But, again, that's why it's so cool being able to come in and getting to see all these guys playing for the first time. Is I'm looking forward to getting, to know them and to see what they bring. COD Mobile has had a terrific couple of years. I've been hearing great things about the title, what players have been doing, what the productions have been doing. And, the likes of yourself, as you say, you've been around for a couple of years casting over these guys. So, I'm coming into a scene that it's pretty well established with some pretty top talent, like some top talent and some top names, and looking forward to, seeing what they bring to the table. Meanwhile, what is on the table here for Iran? It is Viva, Narmian, Undead, Ares, and Ipoko. Really looking forward again to seeing these guys again. As I'll hold my hands up and say it, their names all new to me, Diana. But do you recognize any of these guys?
No, actually, I did not. I do not. I don't. I recognize the big names, the ones that usually were in the com scene for years. But unfortunately, I did not have a chance to actually cast Iran ever or see any of the team players, like the players of the team. Okay, I'm sorry. Playing. So it's gonna be very nice to see how they're gonna perform against Russia. But I think Russia has an upper hand on my predictions, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, look, the names that are just more established, that people that have had more reps, that people know more of, are more than likely going to be the team that's able to come out on top. But I mean, hey, coming in from the sort of objective viewpoint, who doesn't love a good underdog story? We should not count out Iran whatsoever. I think it's going to be really fun to see, how they fare up against this Russian side. Again, we covered Group A on the Monday, which I had the pleasure to cover with Mark, and we've seen the teams compete there, with Germany being the obvious favourites. But I mean, you saw the way the rest of that group shaped up, and I was saying to Mark on that broadcast is that it feels like any one of these teams have it in them to really grab that second spot, if not maybe on their day challenge for that top spot, or at least give Germany a good game. And I mean, it could be very similar with this group. Over in Group C, we could see any one of these teams maybe make that run for the top spot. It's just a matter of waiting and seeing. And of course, we will have the maps for you as well to be able to take a look at what these teams will be playing on today. Of course, the group stage, again, folks, a best of 3. We'll be having that graphic ready, I'm sure, in just a moment. But again, as I said, just really looking forward to getting into it. Russia versus Iran, a big game, one of two massive games for this evening. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Up next, map number 1, a particular favorite of mine from the Black Ops 3 era Combine, and then Firing Range Search and Destroy, same as it has been throughout the week. And if we go to that map 3, we'll be going over to Crossfire from the for some control. What do you think about these maps?
Okay, so Combine, like, I took like 2 years of break of casting, so I came back to Combine and I needed to learn the callouts because I don't play hardpoint, I'm an SND nerd, so it really took me a little bit to understand the map. I feel like it's like a big map, and to be honest, me being an SMG player, not my favorite, but I know there are some good, AR players, there are good snipers on both teams, at least I know on Russian team, right? So I'm looking forward to see their strategies, because when I casted the first time, on Tuesday, it was just like, damn, Combine looks very solid.
Yeah, I mean, look, Combine, it's just, I've still been blinded by a wave of nostalgia with Combine, coming from casting normal Call of Duty to kind of go over to mobile and, seeing old maps make a reappearance. I mean, Combine, as I again said with Mark on the Monday broadcast, it was the first ever map I played of the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta, which was the very first Call of Duty I got on my PlayStation 4 back on the day. So I have a lot of fond memories of the Combine map. It's so much fun to be able to see it once again, and it plays really well. Again, when we got to see it in Germany versus Portugal, it was, that game was incredibly fast paced. It was back and forth, and it seems like a map where, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong in this, because again, relatively new for it, but it seems like a map that very much ebbs and flows, right? You'll have a team that does really well for a second, but then, another team's able to come in. It's not a map where one team will just continuously dominate throughout. With the way that the spawns flip the intensity of the map, there's always opportunities for that team who may be underperforming to be able to pull themselves back in the second half.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like on these big maps, there's always a opportunity to just like do a big comeback. Unfortunately, when I casted on Tuesday, it was like quite the opposite. We had 2 DQs, by the same element. So it was something that I was not expecting. There were good games. They won by far, but then they got DQ'd. So the other team won. Romania, by the way, my team, because I'm Romanian, just wanted to line it up, right? No, I'm joking. But yeah, definitely it can happen. Anything can happen with these teams. But I really feel like Russia has an upper hand, as I said, and I think it's gonna be a 2-0. I like to do prediction because I like to win them. So, what are your predictions?
Yeah, putting your money where your mouth is. And look, I'd love to be able to be, super entertaining and go the other way, but I feel like I'm going to, agree with you based on what you're telling me. Russia being more of that established side will have more to bring to the table, but maybe Iran being, slightly the underdogs, it'll be interesting to see how, they stack up, and we'll get more of an idea of them as they play. We'll be able to figure them out. And, you mentioned it about Romanian team. I'd love to see an Irish team in here. Where are the Irish teams in the nations? Maybe I'll have to start pulling some of that together myself, repping the squads over from the island of Ireland. But folks, we are in game number 1, Russia versus Iran. It is a straight dart over to P1, where it's quickly going to get intense as Iran trying to get some initial time, wiped off it fairly quickly, and the clap comes in from Russia.
Well, definitely already an initial push, as you said, and the P1 is also like on all the hardpoint games. It's very hard to contain it. So I think the initial P1, on every map, it's really shows you how you move towards P2. Like the transition needs to be very smooth. So right now, the initial kills that are made by both teams is just a work towards like the P2, right? You get a little bit of time on this point, but it's all about the transition that needs to be smooth towards P2. And right now, both of them are trying to work with the spawns, but it's kind of hard because each team gets a couple of kills right now.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth on this point, but for the moment, it is Iran who have locked down those all-important P2 spawns. But how important can they make them is the huge question. We did see it again in the Germany and Portugal game on Combine. We've seen teams being very successful and being able to hold from the front. Could we see a similar showing on that front once again? Already Russia are in, they are racking up that time, but Iran trying to work the pinch here. It does work out, but they sacrifice the spawns in doing so. This is so far really favoring Russia to take majority time.
Oh yeah, definitely. And this situation with the spawns can be like difficult as well, because if, for example, you have the spawn, but like the other team is already on the point, you can get slayed and even spawn trap. So at this point, they are experiencing this right now. sorry, not exclusive. Russia is holding the point very, very well. They have like 30-point advantage, and they are rolling towards like the next set after P3, because an early setup it's always very, very good. We see already 6fly, who is on 8, getting some shots from the middle, trying to push towards that midpoint to get the kills, but I think sometimes it's just their positioning and how they move. And right now we're gonna see the position towards P3.
Yeah, I mean, I think you make a terrific point in terms of the positioning and how the teams are playing overall. Russia already with a bit of a lead, trying to get themselves rotated over to a P3, which Iran have set up for, but they were set up for P2 before and didn't hold it for long. And, you know, you mentioned the kills as well. You have Undead and Ares that are on about 12 and 11 apiece, so really good performances from them. But it just has to be said, as a team, they're not able to pull it together, is a little bit more varied, whereas on Russia, everything is operating like clockwork. You have Rob on 16, make that 17. Just absolutely slaying out now, but with the rest of the team picking up numbers, it shows that they're being successful in the positions that they're taking up, which is allowing more control around these points. Iran now back on it. It's only a 50-point game, but Iran have to fight for every single second. Russia up 82-37.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Russia is already dropping some operator skills that are very, very important and helping them in holding the point and actually basically slaying the Aryan team, right? So right now we see Rouge, who is pushing very, very hard deep into their spawn, but unfortunately he got shot down. But those 2 kills were very, very important. Again, they get a couple of extra seconds on this point, and it's just what they need towards the push of P4, where I think Rob is holding it pretty good. So he might even backstab them towards the P4.
And things are starting to look increasingly worrying for Iran. They were a side that was looking like they were going to put up a fight on those first 2 hills, but as Russia have grown into this map, into this series, they have continuously started to look dominant. 118-38 now and counting. Russia had a clean setup for P4. They are holding down the lanes. They have a complete read of these spawns, and they are looking almost a little bit too comfortable with where they're set up. Iran might have to rely on an operator if they want to try and get themselves pushed in, but they may not have any in the bag. This is all of a sudden turned into a 100-point lead for Russia, who at this point almost look like they're in cruise control.
Yeah, look at Warlock, like he has all the score streaks, he has operators right now, he's holding very, very good at point. You know, at this point they are getting just laid out by all of them, and at this point you can see their, you know, like play from the beginning. They had a strategical you know, positioning at P1, moving towards P2, and right now it's paying off because they are just outslaying and they are using their operator skills and score streak overall to get the next position, you know. So I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna hold P1, or if they're gonna give some time to Iran to actually get some points, or will they keep them under like 100 points club.
It's looking increasingly likely that could be the case, doesn't it? Russia are not here to play. They are not messing about. They have gone straight in, and again, they're just looking better and better, right? And what's scary about it is they're remaining so organized, they're remaining so composed. They're clearly the better team at the moment in the lead, but they are not pushing out any silly angles. They rotate through together. They push these points methodically, and they get it cleared just like that. I mean, look at your screen. 6-5 picking up a nice 2 there, just pushing on through. I mean, Iran might as well not even be there, as we see Rob pick up a couple, and it's just been a wave of blue and it come through for the kills. And, you know, it's going back to what I said towards the beginning. Iran have had to fight for every single second that they've got, and when they've had fought for it, they fought well. But for Russia, it is just a case of when they get a clean hold, when they get rotated to a point and set up, you're almost guaranteeing at least a 30, if not a 40-50 every single time.
Yeah, definitely. And right now they're pushing already towards P2. We have Rob with his dead machine, who is a very, very important, you know, score streak right now. He's controlling the spawning point. He's basically spawn trapping them, and those couple of seconds will help towards like the, you know, the increasing the win, right? The chances of the win. Right now it's not debatable. There is no chance Russia's gonna do a comeback,
no.
but they are trying, you know, like they are trying, and that's admirable. You know, they did what they could, but at this point, you know, the spawn trap is like too strong from the side of Russia.
Yeah, Russia are just in that, as they said, cruise control position. They have the streaks, which they did burn on this hill. They had operators, and they're just happy to use them all now systematically, just to wipe any chance of Iran getting anywhere near. They are on the time now. Fair play, they broke in, but with not having spawns, a collapse being able to happen here once again. But in saying that, you have Undead that is putting up a pretty decent defense.
Yep.
Again, you look at the side of Iran, you have 24 and 21 on the kills from 2 players, but again, as a team, it's just not been enough, and they eventually get swarmed out as Russia more than happy to pull back, rotate over towards a P3, which if they get a clean hold on that, they will surely take the map from here, as we are seeing a lone player in Iran get pushed out of the back spawn. It will be initial hold for Russia, and Iran are in deep trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Like already the setup is made, you know. Even if Iran is holding for a bit of point, even if they have a good setup, I feel like the Russian team is actually pushing very, very good, and they are very, very good and experimented at breaking the hard points and holding them afterwards. Right now, Caesar just pushed in, got a couple of kills. His team jumped in and helped him. We have a war machine in hand. It was not successful, but still helped towards the outgood of this team, right? So you can really see here the how good the team is playing together and how used they are to play together and how used they are to play calm. Because to be honest, I don't think that the Iran team is that experimented as the Russian players.
Yeah, and again, you know, you have to give so much credit to
Yep.
Iran for the fight that they are putting up here. They do look like they will just about cross that 100-point threshold, but Russia, as you say, the experience is showing, the ability is showing. They are just next level, and as that new hard point goes live, they have the spawns red. They know where they're coming from. The turn will come here from Rob, who's surely going to be able to pick this up, or never mind, actually gets taken out, which will give Iran a little bit of a chance. But again, they are just so far away from this hill, and all of a sudden getting wiped out just like that. Russia could collapse in this at any moment, which they do. 5 seconds left to go, and Iran are nowhere in sight. That looks just about it, as Russia are going to take this map. Are they going to take it? They do.
Yes.
They finally take it. 250 to 103. Flawless performance from the Russians.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I did not have that much experience with the Iran team, but they put a good fight against, you know, like the Russian team. As I said, most of the players are very experimented. Some of them were playing stage 4 before. Some of them got to play champs, you know, at LAN. So it's more different than maybe just playing, you know, like screams and so on. So Iran actually did a good job. You know, they tried to hold the points as much they could, and also overall they tried to got some kills as well. Unfortunately, it was not really enough compared to the kills on the side of Russia and compared to the OBJ time.
Yeah, absolutely. You do take a look at the scoreboard here. You know, you have every single player on the side of Russia over 30 with War on 37. Meanwhile, you go across, you have a couple of players, good performance, 28 kills, but not really racking up any time compared to the Russians either. It is just a case of in every area, they just look slightly weaker, right? And it's with the greatest respect to Iran, but we're not really seeing a player on an Iran side that has a level above one of these Russian players in any facet. It's just that, you know, at best, they are ever so slightly worse in certain sectors. And then you combine that with a very consistent 5 in the Russian team versus a bit more of a variable over on the side of Iran. It just means that as a game goes on, yes, you might keep that distance to begin with, you know, 20, 30 points where one hill could flip it. But once that consistent 5 is able to remain that consistent throughout and be able to, as a 5, pull up the numbers, eventually they're going to swarm the 2 players on an Iran side that might be doing actually really well and pulling up the numbers. It's just a simple game of math at that point. And when you take that into consideration, that map was always going to be Russia's.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also what I've seen during the match is that whenever Iron right pushed into a point and tried to actually break it, they had this chance for a couple of times, but they couldn't hold it, you know, and they couldn't like really get back on the feet after they got quote unquote defeated on that point. You know, it felt like every time they pushed once, you know, never really were able to hold it for a long time. But yeah, this was with the Harpin game, you know, very good job on the side of Russia, but also Iran. And right now we're gonna move towards the next one. That's gonna be, you know, firing range. So any thoughts about firing range S&D?
Well, I think firing range S&D, you know, from what I, again, the little I had to, or was able to see of it, it definitely seems to favor the defensive side, you know, more. It's one of those maps where I think going into this one, if you were the Russian side, you would have to be a bit silly to underestimate your opposition, right? Iran proved that they were able to get a few kills against you in that hard point. You're going into a very different mode, and again, if you're a team that's pretty new or not as experienced as other sides, and you're going in to play a cup, a tournament, a league, whatever it may be, how are you getting there? How are you proving your worth? A lot of these teams will come from being really well versed at S&D. They'll go and try and pick up hard points, controls, whatever it may be as they go along. But the bread and butter for a lot of teams will be the search and destroy. If there's one mode you absolutely need to be good at, it is search and destroy. So Iran may have what it takes here to, at the very least, take a couple of rounds from Russia. And if they're able to do that and they start to create this snowball effect, they get some confidence, some momentum, start to feel more well about themselves going into one-on-one gunfights, then they really might be able to do a number and perhaps surprise Russia. But again, I just wonder if that consistency of Russia will show. Will they even let Iran get going at any point? And if they do, how quick will they be to counteract against them?
Yes, but usually sometimes we see this situation in with the teams. They are not that good at response, but they can overthrow the S&D, right? So maybe if Russia has a couple of like good positions for this map, because firing range is one of my favorite S&D maps, right? So I loved it. I love it a lot, right? And if they can hold it pretty well, they have a couple of good snipers in the team. Maybe they have a chance to win against Russia, right? So I'm looking forward to see how we'll go. I always like to give a little bit of chance to the teams. Like the new team, like Iran, right? In my eyes, they are new. So let's see. Maybe they're gonna surprise us, and maybe we're gonna have like control, because I didn't cast control in 2 years, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I haven't had the opportunity to see control yet either, and fingers crossed Iran can do a number against the Russians and make this series a little bit more lively. Of course, any Russian fans out there will want this one over and done with right here and now as we get underway with round number 1. It is actually a Russian player that drops first, I believe, alongside an Iranian as it goes a little bit back and forth here. The lives are dropping quick, but it does look like now it is going to be, I believe, a 2 versus 2. This round's been going at 100 miles an hour to start.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the trades were there. The trades were main. That's important. Every time you get killed, at least your teammate is there to help you. Sixfly now gets a kill as well. So it's a 2v1 situation, and Undead gets some shots on Caesar, and we got the kill. Right now the trade is made, and Sixfly got the last kill and overall won this lobby. It was very glitchy on my side. That's why I did not see who died.
Yeah,
sorry.
a little bit glitchy on our side as well, folks. Again, just make sure to let us know how it's looking for you at home. I think maybe just a little bit of an initial lobby bug, but between Russia and Iran, Russia managing to take that first round through the trades. Again, closer than they would have liked it, but we're able to get it over the line. And look, they'll be happy out as long as they get these rounds over the line. It doesn't matter how you get the wins. It's just as long as you get them, as Iran once again are at this time actually looking a little bit more pinned back. The Russians have that mid control, they have that map control, and you do see over on your mini map, folks, a grenade going out wide. There is that potential flank option there for Rogue, but it is being watched. Again, bit of a slow burner this round as these teams are kind of just waiting for the opportunity to get a pick.
Yeah, and their positioning, it's like very, very solid, right? Sixfly already getting some shots. We have Topwood, who is already known by Russian team. That is a player there. Sorry, like it's so buggy a little bit on my side. Undead is pushing A long. It's a very good position to push, right? And Sixfly and Undead are dead on my side, because now we are at Warlock and he is holding A long. I think A long is very important because that's the most easiest part to push. And right now, Iron got the win. I'm sorry.
No, listen, it is quite a laggy feed at the moment. We just got the word that it is an in-game issue at the moment. That'll hopefully sort of rectify itself, so apologies for that, folks. But what we can take from that round 2 is that the patience played off for Iran. Yep. They played it slow. They were happy to wait. They played compacted, and they were able just to pick apart the single shells of Russia that came through, played the trades well. And I think that's how they need to play it. They need to go a little bit outside the box. They need to frustrate Russia, but Russia pushing maybe when they shouldn't have, and I don't think they'll make that same mistake twice. But they have, a couple of more rounds if they wanted to make that mistake. But now you're looking at an Iran side who is completely boxed in. They get the plant, but they have no control. The pinch through to a side, and all of a sudden one player left up who is going to get decimated. And Russia in with the defuse. Not a great round from Iran.
Oh yeah, definitely. They were very patient, as you mentioned earlier, and that paid off. And right now they try to push faster towards the A side and really did not pay off. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna approach the same way. Will they be a little bit less pushy? Will they push again on the A side because it was not successful, or will they just change completely their strategy? Right now, Caesar is mid. He's holding that mid control. He might even go into wood, but he gets knocked down by Opoko very, very fast, right? So right now already, Russia has one player down, and that is important because that means that Iran plays for picks. So whenever they feel comfortable, they're gonna be just pushing, and that is getting the second kill. This really looks like a promising round for Iran.
Absolutely, and I think Russia are kind of, they're shooting themselves in the foot here a little bit. They are splitting very, very
Yep.
wide on this defense, whereas Iran are staying very compacted, very much around the back mid with the opportunities to rotate together. Russia are not covering each other's lines of sight whatsoever, and then just exactly as you see, they're giving Iran the ability to pick them apart one by one. I mean, I believe Russia split like a 1-2-1-1 there. You'd one at A,
Yep.
one sort like a one angle of mid, two another wide angle of mid, and one over at B. There's just no way you're going to be able to deal with an Iran side if they're completely prepped for you to push at that angle. So the strategy for Iran is working so far, but if Russia compact, there may be a different story.
Sorry. Yeah, definitely. Right now it's looking very solid on the Iran side, right? They know how to play with patience. They are still not pushing anywhere, right? So it's all about the Russian team who is gonna try to pick them. And Rouge is trying to do that. He's holding the B side. Caesar is already in their spawn and getting killed of course from the top, right? Warlock is trying to do the same, and right now is a 3v4 situation. And once again, Iran shows that the patience is paying off, right? And they are getting the upper hand. And I feel like pushing now towards wood by Warlock could be a potential kill for him, but never mind, he got it. So the push is going to be made towards the B side. I'm really curious why the Iran team is not planting the bomb. Maybe it's a strategy. Maybe they are waiting
Oh,
until. Oh damn!
oh my God, Russia! They had no right to come away with that round. But
Yeah,
I mean, I think you're completely right. Iran, they had the opportunity to plant the bomb there. I mean, maybe a little bit of fear because the last time they planted, they got wiped off the site pretty quick. But that was because they barely had a player left alive. And I mean, again, with the pushes that Russia are making, I wonder if it's a trying new strategy type of thing, because they don't need to push. It is up to Iran to plant the bomb. Just wait till they choose a site and then engulf them like they did before. It's pretty bizarre plays all around as we sit 5-2 or 3-2, should I say. This is not how I saw this game going.
yeah, me neither. I think Iran is playing very good on the patience. I think, as I said, sometimes an SND can be like an SND is very different by a hard point, or response. So right now, the response of Iran towards the aggressivity of a Russian player is paying off because they are just chilling, not chilling, but like they are not pushing. In their spawn, they are keeping the bomb. Sometimes it's bad. Like in this round, it could be fatal for Viva, right? But he still has a chance to do it. But for some reason they are keeping the bomb too much. So I think maybe when we're gonna switch sides, it's gonna be a little bit better.
Yeah, I am
Oh,
worried about what's going to happen when we switch sides. I have honestly no idea how it'll favor Iran, but it's not looking good here, at least on this offensive effort. And Russia are happy to take their time now, and I think maybe learning a little bit from their mistakes earlier
yeah.
in the game, being a little bit too overzealous. They are just happy to have Eva push into whatever angle necessary and then just take them out as soon as they show up. It's going to have to be some showing here for Iran to take
Oh,
this one.
oh, okay.
Doesn't happen.
The read was there, but the execution was not there. I think when you push with the Odin being like a slower gun, you need to, take the distance and be very aware that there's someone in the corner, and you cannot get him. So that was really showing that right now. Once again, I think we did have them push towards mid. I think they are keeping the same strategy, while look at Russia, they are all on the A side pushing, getting the kills, and I think this strategy is paying off. They might try to hold as much as they can the A side. We have the trade coming in. Oh, we have the kills, and never mind, what was promising right now looks bad on the side of Russia. Is a 1v1 situation. Warlock is trying to push, and on the other side, Eris has a better position, and I don't know who gonna win this gunfight.
Yeah, it's gotten very mixy. I think Aries making the good choice to rotate out. That bomb still, I believe, down around A. So, yeah, not a great position at all for Russia. But, I mean, going on the flank here, again, dedicated to getting the kill. Will Aries be able to read this? It looks like that they are preparing for the read. Again, huge round in the grand context of this series. He doesn't see him. He didn't see him.
Oh, no.
And Iran sneaking that round. Just not paying full enough attention there. I can't believe that they weren't spotted.
I think someone needs my glasses. I'm joking. Sorry. Sorry. No, I'm not joking. But yeah, that was a good read. But again, I think he was too fast. Maybe he did not see him for sure. But yeah, very good job on the side of Iran. But even if with all these, good strategies and so on, Russia is still having an upper hand. It's 4-3 right now. So they are still trying to get their best, and they are doing it. They are killing They are killing their opponents very, very fast, and without maybe a bit of like a strategy change, because they are always pushing together, and get the trade. So I think that's a good strategy for the Russian side.
Yeah, I mean, Russia, I think it's fair to say that at least when it comes to search and destroy, that they've met their match, so to speak, or at least Iran have shown up enough to give Russia a difficult time. But I feel like the fixes are there for Russia. I mean, if they got a little bit more aggressive and got aggressive together, I feel like maybe Iran have just done a good job at knocking the confidence of Russia just enough to make them second guess these pushes or not go in straight away. Like, they are now themselves playing very deep, as Iran did, to try and bait these Iranian players in and get them taken out one by one. But Iran are taking the bait. They're not pushing up. They're not getting over aggressive. They're going to let Russia plant, and then they're going to try and retake the site.
Yeah, and it's a 3v4 situation, and right now the setup of Russia is pretty good. Damn, Nariman, that was a nice wallbang. I didn't even know you can wallbang that, but it's fine. 6-5 might need to push back to A long, but he's going to mid where he gets two kills. Oh my god, how did they not move from that position? They have 20 seconds to move. 2v2 situation. Viva got the kill, but also give away his position, and he is one shot from him, and he's getting killed. The next push is made.
No.
That was a good setup by 6-5. I don't know why he moved from the bomb. Like, there was a head glitch.
Yeah, I wonder, maybe just trying to get the angle, but I'd almost at that point, instead of playing the kill, right, I'd just rotate out. You got the time on your side, just need another 5 seconds to pass. Just pull back and lie down for 5 seconds and then pull up with that bomb check. Just not the right play there. So close yet so far for Russia on this offense, and it now means Iran are back into this 4 apiece. Really could go on, and just such a different look to this series than what it started out as.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Nariman is very, very good with that LMG, right? He's getting those wallbangs to a T. Right now, the push is made towards A long, and then getting subshots by 6-5. We have Rob as well pushing. He gets first knockdown and killed, of course, and that he's one shot. But there are 2 players there, and that head glitch is very, very difficult to get. And UCE 6-5 got killed as well. So Rouge is our man right now. He needs to get a kill. He got a kill. It's a 1v3 situation, and he's pushing slowly towards mid, but the opponents are coming towards long A, and once they spotted him, it's game over, because it's very, very hard to like do a 1v3, especially in this open space. There are 2 players coming from the left side, 1 from the mid, so it's gonna be very difficult for him to snipe, because he's also using the sniper.
Yeah, and I mean, they do know where he is, right? They're just taking their time. He picks up a nice kill, but instantly traded. Iran take the lead at a pivotal moment in this series, perhaps. And I wonder how Russia are going to deal with this, right? Because how confident are Russia going to feel if this goes over to a control? They have definitely underestimated what Iran will be able to do here. And it looks like we're going to run into a bit of an aggressive round. Grenades flying all over the place. As the trades coming through straight away, Russia already on the back foot.
Oh yeah, and Caesar is already in behind B, a good position. Rouge is also coming. We have 3 players from the side, well, all the 3 players alive from the side of Russia. They're all pushing towards the Iran side, who are also shooting. They have a better position. I feel they're holding tires. They're also holding the bomb glitch up there. Oh, Rob got the double kills, right? That's a good position, and now it's a 3v2 situation. And the upper hand, make it... Ooh. 3v1, 2v1, because there is the trade. Nariman, he's one shot, but he uses an LMG with lots of ammo, and he got killed as well. So yeah, it kind of looks like we're gonna have an OT. What do you think about the OT?
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's on the cards, doesn't it? Right? I mean, you have a Russian side who, you know, you thought would be in control, but they're not really. But then every now and then they just pull a round back where they once again look very dangerous. It's just whether or not Iran can keep up this hot streak. Iran are very much playing in a way where they're surprising us right now, but they just have to continue to do that. They have to play their best card right up until the death if they want a chance, and getting the first blood could potentially be huge. But again, Russia, oh, they actually did go for the plant. I didn't see it go down, but they do. Now it's up to Iran. 30 seconds realistically to get that site broken.
Yeah, definitely. Rouge is trying to pick up some players from the P2. He already spotted one, right? He might already change his position, but yeah, he got some good shots on his 6-5 got Viva, but Grob is down, and that is a problem because he was running around with that shotgun like a madman, you know, so we need him. Oh, Rouge is down too. Caesar is down too, and it's all on 6-5. Once again, he's pushing towards the bomb, gets 2 kills. Ipoko is pushing, but he did not have the time to shoot. Damn.
Is this defuse coming through? It is 1 second to spare. Iran, huge round. And, you know, I was just about to say, I thought they left it a couple of seconds too late to get in and really break that site. But again, showing perhaps the search and destroy experience, it looks like they have a lot more experience playing search and destroy together than it does respawn, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, and SMD is like more slower than response. Maybe the ping is also an issue, you know, so they are playing more chill, more like at their spot, you know, with the hardpoint is always running around, killing and stuff like this. So right now I think their patience is paying off, right? But I'm concerned a little bit about the control, because in the respawn, Iran team did not do that good. So I'm concerned about the control, but right now they are looking very, very good on the side of like SMD, and right now they're playing it slow, so I think they want to end it right now.
Yeah, Russia have slowed down the pace. Iran have slowed down the pace. Both sides feeling the pressure here. I think bomb plant is going to be crucial if speed things up, although Russia once again getting congested in the mid. But that is working as Rob picks up 1, and they now have a little bit of mid control, and Iran are moving back to B. The trades come in, but now a 4 versus 2. Russia have played this one patiently. They've played it together, and it has paid off as Iran are in trouble.
Yeah, we can see the early trades that happened at the beginning of the round, you know, when we started the game, right? And right now it's paid off. 6-5 gets the kill, Ipoko got Warlock, and it's a wow, make it 3v1 situation, and we got the kill. So it's a 6-6, so we are going to OT. Oh my god.
Overtime, and in overtime, I don't think many people watching here today expected. Map number 1 comfortably going the way of Russia. Looked like it was going to be their evening. Now Iran fighting to take it to a map number 3. First round of overtime begins, and they are playing super, super deep on this offense, as we've seen them do before, with Russia having the same splits as before. But who will be the one to get aggressive first, and who will pick up that first blood? That is going to be crucial. It looks like it's Iran that gets it.
Yeah, definitely. We have some shots from Ipoko. Caesar is the next victim in this push, and everyone is in their position. You know, we have trailer by Rob on the side of Russian. We have also Ipoko, who is sniping very, very good. Like, he's on 13 kills, and he had some crucial picks over all the rounds, right? And we also have a good push by Iran towards the B side, so maybe we're gonna see a plan.
Oh my god! Oh!
Give
Is
him
that a quad?
ace! Yeah, give him that ace! Give him that ace!
Oh my god, when you are looking for a player to pull you out of the doldrums, look no further than Rouge, who picks up the 4 to give Russia the chance to seal the deal here in this map. 6 apiece. Iran in deep trouble as they now try to rotate over towards this B, but the bomb is down. The chances are virtually gone here to get anything from this round. Russia have Rouge to thank for taking that one. Up 7-6. My god, when you need a hero.
Oh damn, you need Rouge. When you need a hero, you need Rouge. But also Warlock taking that last kill, not letting him ace was kind of, you know, I don't like that Warlock. No, joking. But yeah, we could have seen an ace, right? So now it's all about this setup for this round, right? Because it's in their hands, right? They could either push pick up those initial, couple of players, maybe 1-2 picks, and then to push fully to get the round, or will they play quiet? Because Nariman was very scary with his like PKM, like very very dangerous. So they need to pick up the pace. Rouge got another kill, and we can say it's a ace because he got Ipoko. So like let's make four now, one now. Four last game, one now, and quote unquote ace. But yeah, definitely we have the initial pick. They are pushing to plant the bomb. Rouge is already putting the bomb down, and they are setting up towards the A long side. So Rob needs to be very very careful because of that wall bang by Nariman, because he's very dangerous. But overall,
Look at this in
the
the
setup
back.
is good.
Look in the back. Oh my god, Undead getting godlike timing means that the pinch is on. It is a 3 versus 2, but the chances there. Rouge pushing out the back, gets taken out. Now a 2 versus 2 Russia. Russia have had a horrible time of defending their plants. 1 versus 1. Undead versus War for the round. And Russia take it. To take this series, to take the map 8-6, take the series 2-0.
Damn.
That was huge. That was absolutely huge. Russia coming through with some majorly top tier moments in that overtime.
Oh yeah, definitely. But even Iran, like they were pretty good, like very good. To be honest, I was not expecting that. Like they did so good. They pick up so many rounds. They pick up so many important kills, and that gives that gives the vibe that they actually know what they do. But maybe they were like scared in the hard point. I don't know. But it was pretty amazing
Yeah,
by the side
absolutely.
of Iran.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, massive, GGs to Iran, I should say, rather than congratulations, because they put on one hell of a performance. And, you talk about consistency versus varied. Maybe the reason why it ended up being so close. I mean, take a bow over on the side of Russia. War with 20 kills. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. But other than that, not many kills left for the rest of the teammates. I mean, Rouge
Yeah.
picking up virtually, as you said, like over 2 rounds, we'll call it an ace, right? But that only made him 9-9. Whereas you go over to the side of Iran, every player was able to pick up a decent amount of kills. Russia had to rely a little bit heavier on their star player, but star player indeed. And, on top of that, as we said, we had Rouge pick up that 4-piece at such a pivotal, crucial moment. He doesn't pick that up, the entire complexion of that round changes. And because of that, the entire complexion of that overtime. We could go out on a limb and say that, that is probably the reason why Russia came away with the win in that search and destroy. That's how close it was.
Oh yeah, definitely. That 4 piece was very crucial, very important, and I feel like if he would not have gotten those 4 picks, like I think we would get a control game. But yeah, overall a surprising S&D from the side of Iran. I'm looking forward to see more from them. Maybe they're gonna adapt better on the hardpoint situation, but like this, like a first impression, they are actually a good team, and they need just a little bit of improvements. Maybe they were not comfortable with the map, like Combine is not like the most easiest map to play, and being a big map, it's also sometimes difficult to hold all the angles. Personally, I like Summit, so yeah.
Well, look, Iran putting up one hell of a fight against a Russian side who took them to the cleaners in map 1, but taking it right to the death in map 2, where Russia take it in an overtime. Fantastic game number 1 of the evening, but game number 2 could be even better. Stay tuned, as Nigeria and Poland will be coming up next, but until then, we're going to be going to a short break. Don't go anywhere.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nations Cup. Game number 1, Russia versus Iran, was an absolute showstopper where Russia stole the show on map number 1, making us think it was going to be an easy day. But map number 2 going right down to the wire in overtime where Rogue saved the day, giving Russia an all-important round to give them match point and the ability to go forward from there. A terrific series that was. Me and Diana were able to sit here and cover it, and we're going to get to do the same with the next game we have for you. That is in store this evening. Nigeria versus Poland. Looking forward to getting this one underway. Diana, how are we feeling about this one?
Oh, well, I looked over like the players earlier, and I do remember some of the players from the Poland team. So I'm looking forward to see them play again, right? Because it's been a long time. But on the other side, I did not recognize any of the players from the Nigerian team. So I'm looking forward to see. Maybe we're gonna have a very good surprise from them as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, taking a look at this Nigerian side as well, one thing worth noting is that this is the first African team to kick off in the Nations Cup here over this week, with Italy disbanding as well. It means that they will be replaced by an African team in Group D. So we'll be seeing 3 African teams tomorrow. But for now, we get to see Nigeria line up with the roster: Eni, Kelly, Mandem, 4G, and Money, or Kamani. I'm going to pronounce it for myself as a silent K. I'm just going to go with Money. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how this squad shapes up.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to see their potential and how they're gonna play against, Poland as well. Right. So as I mentioned before, I do not recognize any of the players. Maybe they changed their name, but overall, I did not have any chance to cast any, African tournaments if there's any. So yeah, looking forward to see their performance, especially on Combine. It's like a tricky map.
Yeah, Combine is a tricky map, but it's a great map to watch, and we'll see how they face up against Poland on it with the roster of Yuk, K's, 2K, Finno, and Kuda. As you said, you recognize a couple of names from the Polish squad, so perhaps a little bit more experience here from this side, and going into Combine, as you said, a little bit more of a chaotic map. They may be relying on that experience to try and see them through one that could be a little bit all over the place in comparison to some of the other maps in COD Mobile.
Oh yeah, definitely. I remember Yuk. I remember Kaius. We used to play rank a lot. I remember Fino, Kure as well. So I'm looking forward to see them play once again and to see if they gonna perform better or they are performing worse than before. No, I'm joking. Probably they are doing better. But yeah, and also I'm looking forward to see them in this team in this format, right? I'm not sure if I've ever seen them play together. So yeah, let's go with the combine. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be a very, very fun one to watch. And the maps, for those of you who may have just tuned in, are the same here today as they've been throughout the entire week. A best of 3, beginning with a Combine hardpoint, moving on over to a search and destroy and firing range. And if we go all the way, we will get to see a control crossfire. Have not seen one crop up yet. Got as close as you could possibly get in the game previous. In this one, could we see it go all the way, or will we see one of these teams snatch it up with a 2-0? Seems to usually be the case, but of course we'd love to be proven wrong. This one, Combine, as you said, a map that is a little bit more, I suppose, out of the ordinary, a little bit more chaotic, one that requires a little bit more cohesion from your team. And I mean, we saw that in the previous game, right? We saw it with Russia. They played really well as a 5. Iran had some good players as a 2, but that map just really favors the more players you have that can pull up the numbers, the better you're going to do. You're not going to be able to rely on a singular player to pull you through the day. And that can happen on other maps. We saw it on firing range, search and destroy. I believe it was War on the side of Russia, had 20 kills, completely carrying the Russian side if you're looking from a pure KD perspective. But on Combine, everyone has to be performing at the top level.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm looking forward to see the game starting because guess what? The game is actually starting right now. So yeah, I think until the end of the week, until next week, I'm gonna know Combine so good that I'm gonna start playing Hardpoint. No, that's a big joke. I'm not playing Hardpoint. I don't like Hardpoint. But yeah, overall, I want to see how both teams gonna react to each other. I want to know like if their ping is good, because again they're different regions, right? And if they're playing from different places, right, how they gonna adapt, because sometimes on a hardpoint game, it's a very very visible when the ping is different, and on a, like on a S&D game it's not as different. So right now we are starting very very strong, and as you can see they're all pushing towards P1 because that's what you do with the P1.
Yeah, but you do have the Polo side getting in a little bit more aggressive and direct with Nigeria, trying to play a bit wide around, maybe going for spawns early doors, and they do get them, but in doing so, they have sacrificed a lot of this mid control early on. Will Nigeria be able to get it back as they push forward, looking to get a wave of kills, managing to pick up a couple, but need to get a few more? But Poland with an immaculate defense there. K's coming through with 2, and Poland already racking up this time. Nigeria have the spawns, but not for long, as Poland just running through, decimating them to flip those spawns. And so far from Nigeria, this has been a very, very unsuccessful P1 and P2 rotation. They need to try and pull this one back quick, because Poland so far completely in the driver's seat.
Oh yeah, definitely. Poland was just holding pretty good all the important points that you needed, especially to push towards the P2, because as I mentioned, transition is very, very important. And right now they have the spawn and they are holding it very, very good. I feel like this P2 is gonna be very, very hard to break by the side of Nigeria, but they still can try. We have XN who is pushing, getting some shots. We have a couple of kills on the point, and overall, Nigeria is trying to break it and to get some points, but you can see Poland is just like demolishing them.
Yeah, this is not looking good so far. Nigeria have had no setup of control whatsoever. It has just been complete decimation, domination from Poland. They are leading out in the kills. They are leading out in the positioning. Even at the beginning where Nigeria fought for that P2 positioning, they did so in completely giving up P1, and they had it lost again within 10 seconds. They just had no presence of being able to hold whatsoever, and this is very quickly looking like it is going to be a bloodbath. 70 points now to just 3 from Nigeria as Poland look to continue to push out, paint that kill feed yellow. But we do have a couple of blues coming through to try and instill some blues in the side of Poland, but it is fleeting anything they get. It is a couple of territory outer kills here and there. The driver's seat still being completely occupied by this Polish side.
Yeah, I don't know what Yuke ate today, what was his breakfast, right? Because he's on 17 kills right now and he's leading the lobby from both teams. On the opposite, we have just 6 as the biggest kill rate, right, in the team. So it is very difficult to keep up. You can see clearly already the operator skills and score streaks are always are already in point on the side of Poland, and they are just like going in without any mercy towards the Nigerian team. Right now just TK getting some kills. We have, as you said, all the feet just yellow, and finally MV shut down just TK, who had the operator. So it is very, very hard to watch right now the performance of the Nigerian team, right? They are trying their best, finally break through the point, finally took a couple of seconds, but it's not enough because Poland wants more. Poland wants to finish this game very, very fast, and they showed with their rotation that is something that's gonna happen pretty sure.
I mean, look, Nigeria, as you said, they're putting up a fight. They've gotten some initial time on the point, but again, that a lot of that is just time that they're being afforded here by Poland. They were happy to rotate off to try and play towards this next point, as Nigeria are nowhere near. They're going to try and push in from mid, but that is going to be watched, and it has to be said, it's just coming down to the very basics. They are not able to pick up enough kills where needed. When it comes to these crucial kills they need to pick up on the pushes, they're just simply not getting enough. And as soon as Nigeria even get a couple, like we've just seen them get 3, it's just instantly wiped out. They are not getting any control. They are not reaping any rewards from the efforts of the few kills that they do get. And again, that 100-point lead once again been extended, and Nigeria finally at least have gotten warm enough to be able to break onto a point and garner at least 10 and 15s here and there. But I mean, this is as tall of a mountain to climb as I've ever seen.
Yeah, we finally see some operators on the side of Nigeria, but Yuke is at his second equalizer right in this round, so that's very big. He's getting all these important kills. He's running around on the map. He's getting like almost 30 kills, right? While the opposition, is struggling right now.
Yeah, very much struggling. And what Nigeria is struggling, Poland are in flow state. And let's hear how that flow state sounds as we'll go for a quick listening.
Smoke out. Enemy down.
And I mean, look. Or are they? Are they quiet? Are they locked in? We can't hear. We can't hear.
They're too focused on this win.
Yeah, apologies there, folks. A little bit of technical difficulties there with the comms. We thought for a second there that they were just so locked in that it was flow state. It was telepathy that they were speaking through, or maybe they were coming through and we just couldn't hear it. But either way, it doesn't matter because Poland firmly in the driver's seat. They won't care who hears them or who doesn't hear them. They just care about showing you guys that they are a team to be reckoned with. As 162 to 48, they are just completely dominating all proceedings here, getting ready to set up once again towards P2. Nigeria spawning 1 million miles out in Poland, ready for this push. Complete dominance.
Oh yeah, definitely. Telepathy or not, they are communicating very, very good right now. The P2 is trying to be broken by the operators from the side of Nigeria. I don't know how much will help. We have Kayas who is pushing, breaking up the point. Right now, once again, we are in hands of the mercy of Poland. Look at just 2K, he's holding this side. There's no way they're gonna be able to spawn very close. I guess Nigeria is gonna spawn very, very fast in the other part of the map in Honolulu, quote unquote, right? And there is no way they're gonna be able to break this point and hold it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they may, as you say, they just get breaking in for a second, but it means nothing, right? Even when they have the spawns, you have K's coming through with a 3-piece, going to hit the streak on in spawn. And I mean, Poland just have so many things in the back burner now to be able to use against this Nigerian side whenever, you know, they're just in a complete flow state, even when Nigeria could maybe get a break, maybe get something to go their way. It's just going to be swapped around as quick as that. They're going to be able to get nothing from this game. It is too far gone. They're fighting back to make sure that they don't get 100-point clubs, but even that's going to be a tall task. They do spawn up in the back, but are they going to be able to make the most of it? It doesn't look likely, as those spawns are broken and Nigeria are getting wiped off the map.
Oh yeah, definitely. And this position, once again, it's very, very favorable for the Poland team. Again, they are controlling the spawns, and even if they don't have the spawns, the ability of them killing them and, you know, spawn trapping them, it's very, very good. Fino is on the point. He is very, very close towards the 30 kills. Kayas is also pushing as well, but he's knocked down and killed by this operator. So
Nice one, Nini.
they're
Too deep. Pretty deep. Pretty deep.
Go.
And Poland now 220 to 81. You got the quickest listening you are ever going to get, folks. Always leave them wanting more is what I say. You get half a sentence, and if you want more, then you got to make sure to subscribe over here on the Atlas YouTube channel, and I'm sure the Twitch if it's live over there as well. But Poland 231 to 84. Nigeria, as we said, desperately fighting back to make sure that they're not at least a 100-point club and have something to take going into map 2, because we've seen how the turnaround happened nearly for Iran in that map 2, but this looks like it's going to be even too big of a jump for Nigeria to be able to make unless they can show us something different here. 15 seconds left to go on this point. Can Nigeria contest? It doesn't look likely.
yeah, it doesn't definitely look like it. You know, maybe they're trying talking and showing their voice to us, but they're not trying killing the Nigerian team. And look at this, we have the second win of tonight right on the hardpoint, and it looked very flawless, to be honest. Poland looked flawless.
Yeah, I mean, from top to bottom, it was just such a good performance, right? And I mean, you get to this kind of level and you see this type of performance. You may ask and you may wonder, like, what did that come down to? Why did you lose that game? And, you know, again, with the greatest respect to the Nigerian side, it just becomes a case of take your pick, right? I mean, just the kills weren't there. They weren't able to pick up that slaying power. They didn't have the rotational power in the sense of being able to make enough of it, and, you know, weren't able to sit on point and get up that valuable time. And speaking of that time, you know, you take a look at what you're seeing here. Again, a couple of kills coming through, you know, Devilman picking up 26, not too bad numbers wise, but you go across the table, 43 for Yuck. We weren't actually picking up the kills that these players were getting throughout, but Yuck with a 43, immaculate performance on them. And across the board as well, you have over 30 kills, except for Scorpy just down on 23, but not a number to scoff at either. Still would be the second most amount of kills over on the Nigerian side. And again, all of them racking up, if not over, than nearly 1 minute in time. They played around the point spectacularly, all picked up the roles they needed where and when. And to be honest, I feel like they would have had another level to go up if they needed to. Like, they gave respect to the Nigerian side. They pushed in, they got those kills quick, and they made sure to make a quick game over because they felt like they could. But we didn't see Nigeria, I think, at any point, like, give them something to deal with to where they had to really switch on and deal with it. It was cruise control.
Oh yeah, definitely. And to be honest, I was looking at the scoreboard. I think the Nigerian team really missed a Yuk player. So guys, get a Yuk. Yuk's gonna make your life easier because he was the top frag on the side of Poland, and even like had time to be on the hard point as well because he was like 53 seconds on the OBJ. But yeah, 43 is definitely a big amount of kills, right? And to be honest, when you have already a player that is on 43 kills, seeing the others who are very very close is just like you cannot expect to actually win in this case. So Nigeria did their best, and hopefully we will see maybe a close game when it comes to the SND, because guess what, SND on fighting range again.
Yeah, really looking forward to this one. We've seen such a shake-up in the previous game where Iran looked like they had no chance off the back of Combine, then making life very interesting in firing range, taking it to an overtime, which they unfortunately were not able to win, but only through the majesty of their opposition. But now the difference in that the Combine that we've seen there in this series looked even more stark than the latter, or than the previous, I should say. So going in now to this one, Nigeria, I mean, there's definitely chances for them to take a couple of rounds, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, they've proven that they can pick up a couple of kills here and there, but I mean, in terms of putting things together as a team, making their lives count, being able to get aggressive on a site or knowing how to play, it is just a case of, I think if you're a fan of the Nigerian side, you're just hoping that it's again that S&D prowess that you're relying on to pull through to get better as a team, because if you're not upping the form a lot from what we've just seen there in a respawn, then I think it's going to be a really worrying game.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I'm looking forward to see how Nigeria is gonna play because earlier Iran did their best and they actually made a very close-up game. So hopefully Nigeria can deliver us this as well. And we are already starting. We are jumping right into the game, and I'm looking forward to see which position they're gonna use. Who is the sniper on the side of Poland as well? Because I didn't see them playing so long. So I want to see the surprises. It feels like like a mystery box now. I'm opening it and to see which player is sniper and which is not. So that's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. And you know what? It'll be another mystery box prize, so to speak, if Nigeria are actually able to pull this one out of the bag in some fashion. Again, we've seen players just not really hit the mark on respawn, but maybe search and
Yeah.
destroy is where their best game lies. And through that, we could get a couple of surprises here. We may see a Polo side, ready and waiting to get this game over and done with quickly, but then are kind of matched with form that they weren't expecting off that map one. And I want to see a bit of back and forth, right? I want to see what is, and again, with the greatest respect to Nigeria, a better side in Poland.
Yeah.
I believe they are currently the better side. I want to see them have to figure this Nigerian team out, right? I want them to go in, be presented with an issue, and have to try and solve it, as opposed to just being able to go gung ho down the middle or play a singular strategy and have it continuously work out. Nigeria have a good opportunity to make a game of it, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they do so.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm looking for that. It's always very nice to see this fighting range SND. You really show like their potential. On this map, it's very long. You can see and hit all those wall bangs all across the map. So it's gonna be interesting. But again, as you mentioned, we really need to have these games a little bit more closer. To be honest, I really want to see maybe an OT again. Because as we mentioned prior in each game, I think some teams are maybe not that good at response, but maybe they can be amazing, or hidden talents at S&D. So right now I'm getting dizzy on the fighting range, right? But I hope the players will not get dizzy as well because we are moving around very, very much.
Oh, well, I mean, it's immaculate. I mean, look at
Yeah.
these panoramics. It is absolutely lovely.
Oh.
And folks, we will be getting into this game very, very shortly. Unfortunately, having a little bit of a technical issue, making sure we can get a player back in and ready to go. But of course, we were just talking about there how we hope things can line up on firing range. And yeah, I mean, I think it very much sums it up, right? We just want to see a Nigerian team sort of give them a game, ask the right questions, and see if Poland can provide the right answers. And what we've seen off that map number one, it looks very, very likely that Poland may not even need to answer any questions, but if they do, will certainly have the ability to provide the right answers. It feels like it would take a miracle, but I've also seen crazier things as we've been talking about, as we nearly seen in the series previous.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm looking forward to see them play, but also I'm looking forward and hopefully, uh, maybe you didn't catch Mobile Mayhem. We had this saying, there's no EU without DQ. So hopefully the players gonna come and get in, because we don't want any DQs, right, happening. But right now, guys, we're yapping here a bit because of the players, you know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just gotten the word in there from our wonderful production as well. Massive shout out to them from behind the scenes that we are just going to go to a quick break while we make sure to get ready and set for the next map, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with map number 2.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thankfully, we'll be able to get underway with map number 2 now in just a moment. All players return to the lobby, ready and eagerly waiting to see how they can fare out in this one, but not as eagerly as all of us sitting here, myself and Diana, about to be loading into map number 2. And folks, do make sure to let us know in whatever chat you are watching as well, what team you think is going to be able to come out on top. Are we going to see Nigeria shock us and take us over to a map 3, or will Poland get the job done and wrap it all up right here and now? It remains to be seen.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm looking forward to see how they will strategize, and if the teams are actually very, very good to bounce back, you know, like something that we've seen with the Aryan team, right, earlier. They really bounced back. They played very, very strong against the opposite team. So we will see if that's gonna happen in this case as well, with Nigeria, because I think going into this S&D, Poland kind of has the upper hand because of that strong hard point. So right now the positioning is very very strong on both teams. They are all hitting the A side. We have already Kayes planting here, so it is already strong. It's all about how they're gonna hold it, and look at those kills. Once again, yellow feed.
Yeah, Poland just went incredibly direct. Again, they feel like they can get the job done easily enough here, and a complete squad wipe. Not a life dropped as Poland take that first attacking round, take it cleanly, confidently, and worrying signs here again early on for Nigeria as they did not find a way to break Poland, who, credit to Poland, are kind of recognizing their ability and also recognizing the strength in numbers. They are sticking together.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we have already a couple of trades. Devilman with the double kills, make it equal 3v3. Fino got money, and he's picking for the next one. But he's backstep. Yuk is there in front. We have Kayes getting some kills, and I don't know what to tell you, but these rounds look very very solid on the side of Poland.
Yeah, and like even when Nigeria are presenting problems,
Yeah.
which we did just see, the fact that Poland are playing so compact, it just means they're there for the trades. They are always there to back each other up. They're not complicating things, which again I really respect. They're just super eager to get this one over the line as you see how tight they are together, bombing their way towards this B site, really trying to catch Mandem out, who I think is going to be caught there with the sniper. He's not the first blooded, but surely he's going to be the second after picking up one. He is. K picking up the two. And now Nigeria locked out of B site as this bomb can go down, and they are very split. And I'm looking at the positioning here of Scorpy, who might be able to get around the back of 4G or K Money, actually, who I believe is centered around the middle of the map. That timing's going to be huge.
Oh yeah, it's a 2v2 situation, and the bomb is down. 30 seconds to go in. Scorpio got money, and we have a 3v1. Never mind, my bad. 3v1, not 2v2. Okay, a 3v1 situation, and we have Yuk getting the kill. So I'm very curious if you're gonna perform as good as he performed in the hard point, or do we let Kayes perform better, or Scorpio? Because as of right now, he is there helping, of course, but he's not top fragging.
Yeah, well, look, it just seems to be the case, really, that
Oh.
you know, any a little bit of a glitch there again, folks. The game itself providing a little bit of issues for us here. The feed going a bit all over the place, but of course, as soon as we'll be able to get it rectified, we will. We're kind of very much shooting in the dark here in terms of talking about what the hell's actually going on, but. I mean, a blink and you miss it. These glitches are favouring Nigeria here as we have a little bit of
Yes.
technical difficulties, and we come back to a Polish side who are struggling. K is the last alive, 3 versus 1, and you said whether or not we'll see the opportunity to have K show off. He was given the opportunity, and it was swiftly taken away from him. Nigeria taking a vital round.
Oh yeah, it was so good. I think because of the glitch, they got better and confident, But yeah, overall, it was a very good bounce back from the Nigerian team, right? They hold it pretty well, and I think they picked up very smart some of the players on the side of Poland. So right now we have Envy once again getting the first kill. Yuk there with a sniper, just pew pew, getting that essential picks. We have him controlling, like the bottom wood and also back jungle, right? Just UK got Devilman, and right now is a 3v5 situation. Bomb is down, and Nigeria is nowhere to find.
Yeah, Nigeria are very split, and if Poland can get any reads on this split, then that is going to be a game set and match for this round at the very least. Nigeria, they're literally just hoping and praying for a pick here, but Poland aren't really giving them the opportunity to do so. Eventually they're going to be able to pick up one here. They're going to try and convert slightly on the side, but they're running out of time, running out of lives, because Yuk with the snipe came money, picking up one. So there is the chance to push in here, but it has to be lightning fast, and even then, I don't think you get there quick enough. Not enough lives, not enough time,
no.
Nigeria. Not able to break it down. I mean, picking up a nice snipe while we're at it, but not going to be enough.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was a great try. They tried, but they did not perform very good. Like the initial peaks from the side of Poland were very very strong, and also I like this fast-paced games where you just run and you just push and you kill 1-2 players, and then you just put the bomb down. That is very essential because they are holding it very very good right now. Just to keep once again hold the trailer, very, very good. Scorpio picked up 1 kill as well. Envy is helping, so somehow Nigeria is actually picking up some kills on the side. It's a 3v3 situation, and they are all changing their position. Something that is very fast on the side of, Poland. They bounce back, they just go on the B side and maybe play for picks.
Well, yeah, Nigeria doing a great job of counteracting Poland there, and this is exactly what we said. Nigeria posing a bit of a question here. Poland needed to find an answer and did so incredibly quickly, just rotating that straight over to B. Nigeria with a great course correction to get a couple of kills over on that A site, but my word, Poland thought on their feet quickly there to get that bomb down, and a nice shot coming through from Scorpy. He's going to make Nigeria's life just a little bit more difficult trying to get through for this defuse, as Mandem's going to be going around the outside as well. Huge gunfight coming up on the map. That Mandem wins. Hang on just a minute. How are we in a 2v1?
Oh, damn. How the tables have turned in it. We have the bomb, not positioned very, very good. We have Scorpio with 1 kill, but, well, 4G had the time to actually defuse. That was a strange plant because it wasn't really in favor of Scorpio. I don't know why Scorpio was back there. I don't know how the Poland players got killed, but definitely not a very good strategy from the side of Poland. But sometimes it happens. You cannot predict always your opponents, and Nigeria played it very, very good.
Yeah, I believe they had K or something on the side
Yeah.
sitting in a corner where he should have won that gunfight, and once he didn't, I mean, the defense was just split wide open on that flank, and they weren't able to recover. But fair play to Nigeria. Huge wave of kills that were needed, and now Nigeria going straight for that plant on A for their first offensive round. And I thought they were, I thought they were, because they were lying on the bomb, but no, they're just sitting around the site, and now they're just getting slowly but surely picked apart again. When you go to a site, you run the risk of, if you're not taking advantage of that site, you don't have a site. You're trapped in the site. And we just seen that from Poland. They saw that Nigeria had taken A, so they just made sure to play on the outers, isolate them within A, and just slowly converge in and pick them apart, with Nigeria having nowhere to run.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know, that round was again very, very fast and very, very solid from the side of Poland. You can see already like how good, and I think they play more, or I think the experience overall of the players just shown in here is shown. Manben got killed, Yuk also got killed as well, and right now, Nigeria kind of looks solid, but also Poland is a serious situation. They have the bomb, just okay, got 4G, sorry, and we have the trade there, right, Devilman, so it's a 1v1 situation between Devilman on 8 kills and Fino on 6 kills. Fino has a sniper right now, so I'm not sure if he's gonna change or not. But Devilman is pushing towards the planting, and to be honest, I think Fino read him pretty well because he's going along. He's going trailer. Once he picks that trailer, I think he is dead. Oh no, maybe.
Oh my god.
Damn, Fino.
What a kill from Fino.
Damn.
Yeah, and look, it has to be said for those Nigerian fans out there, I got to tell you, that was a crucial round to lose. If Nigeria had won that 1v1, you're going 3-5, you're only 2 rounds behind, you start to get a bit of momentum, and you see a way back into this. But at 6-2, Nigeria, they have to play perfect COD from here on in to get anything from this series, and unfortunately for them, against this Polish side, they have looked far from perfect. So the job potentially done here if Poland can get over the line.
Oh yeah, this could be our last potential round, right? If Poland is pushing perfectly. We have already a couple of trades, Devilman, just 2k, getting the trade. There is a 4v1. Oh damn, make it 4v1 situation at this point. I feel bad for Money, because with all the money in this world, I don't think he can clutch this round. And
yeah, K Money, all on his lonesome,
Damn,
dropped
Yuk.
by Yuk. And Poland take this one in style, taking the map 7-2, taking the series 2-0 in what was a predominantly confident performance throughout, where Nigeria had very little chance from the very beginning.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I can see they tried their best, right? After that very strong after that strong, performance that Poland had at the beginning, on the hard point, it was very, very hard for them, I guess, to keep up. Like, even if I had some hopes that maybe the SND will be in their favor, I think it did not happen. So we can all see, maybe again the map was the issue, or maybe the ping, but overall Poland just performed way, way better.
Yeah, I mean, look, it has to be said, Poland played absolutely spectacularly, and it's making me really excited to see from all the teams that we're seeing winning their games. I can't wait to see the stages where we see all those winning teams start to go against each other, and it really starts to get down to that crunch hour of who can do it when it matters most. We've seen teams at the moment play against more favorable opposition, that at least favorable in what they would think. But when it gets down to that crunch time, who is going to be able to fight through and have that resilience to be able to show themselves as the true top team? And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it here as well from Group C today. Myself and Diane have had an absolute pleasure bringing you these couple of games. It's been so much fun, but we're not done for the week yet. There's going to be one more set tomorrow, I believe, at the same time. So do make sure to come along and check those out over on these channels. Really looking forward to seeing those games and really looking forward to covering more COD Mobile in future. But until then, Diana, if you have any words to leave us with?
Oh yeah, I'm just very happy to be here. I'm very happy to cast with you. You are amazing. I just told you earlier as well. It was such quite a journey, and I'm very happy to see some of the players that I've been casting for years performing very very good. So I'm looking forward for all this tournament and looking forward to cast for the future weeks, right? And I think if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow you guys gonna have Infinity and Verdict, casting.
I
So
believe,
this
yes.
will be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. An absolute pleasure to get casting with you as well for the first time round. Hopefully we get to work together plenty more times. But that'll do it here from us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.
Bye.